Okay. So this is the best song from that mixtape. I don't want to hear a good song from that mixtape because that would involve me having to have some more exposure to that album cover. I'm not even sure. I don't know. We'll just go for it, I guess. I think I may have lost this one. I think I may have lost this one. I think I'm in trouble. Okay. This is really bad, but maybe I can do something. I'm somehow still in it. I don't know how, but
if, for example, the record is brother, this guy stinks.
Why in the middle? Right in the middle, dude. Are you serious? That's too funny. This might be my favorite sound bit that I've added to this whole thing. It just cracks me up because it's just so out of the blue.
Just hear them as you would listen to music.
As when you hear a flute or a guitar. Hey, pom pom pom. Hey, it's Nathan. What's up, dude? How you doing? I'll get you a hat, okay? Hat will be here in due time, okay? Can you choose my hat? What hat are you gonna pick? I would love to know. I would like a pawn. I would like a knight, actually. Okie dokie. Dude, I'm in it, actually. What the hell is going on? I'm in the game. I don't know what this is, but alright. Takes. How the fuck am I still in this game? Can I wear a pillowcase? Absolutely I can wear a pillowcase. I have no issues with that whatsoever. Dude, I'm in it! Oh my god! Holy shit, dude. We're gonna fucking murk this guy now. Oh, I feel so vindicated, dude. Dude, we're actually gonna win this game. Yeah, man. This is huge. I can't believe we're winning this game. Legit, I can't believe it. We actually cleaned him out. Oh my god. Wow. Dude, he's gotta be salty after that one. He has to be salty. Holy. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game review portion of the video. In this case, we're going to look over the dumpster fire of a game that you just witnessed, and I'm going to show off some of my ideas and why I played the way that I did. And hopefully you guys can learn something from it. I know that chess.com, as you can probably see, is trying to stoke my ego a little bit, giving me an 81.9% accuracy. But I was down 9 points of material within the first 15 moves of the game, so I think you and I both know that this number is full of crap. But I digress. Let's continue along with the review. Game starts off with d4, d5, c4, the queen's gambit. We have the Chigorin defense, which is knight c6. C takes on d5, queen takes on d5, e3 defending the pawn. Then we have e5 attacking the d4 pawn, at which point I decided to make the first mistake of the game and play b3, with the idea of giving my bishop a place to go and attack the queen. Unfortunately, the pawn can just take on d4, and it does. So then I decided to go even more crazy and play knight c6, with the idea that, okay, I'm attacking the queen, so if the pawn takes, then I can just take the queen off the board because it's undefended. Unfortunately, this gets entirely thwarted by bishop b4, which is what happens in the game. So I decided to take the pawn, and unfortunately the knight is still undefended, so bishop takes c3, I defend, then bishop takes a1, queen takes a1, and knight takes d4. At this point, I am 6 points of material down bad, if you will. I decided to play bishop c4, and then unfortunately this leads to another fork. So the king and the queen are now both under attack by the knight. I attack the knight by moving king d1, and the opponent decides to throw me a lifeline where I could have taken king takes c2 here, and instead I decide to defend with the bishop for some reason, and then I take back with the knight. So the opponent gets to play knight takes a1, at which point I have to play bishop c3 to get some sort of counterplay. And then the opponent plays bishop g4 to pin the knight, and I take the pawn. Queenside castle with check. I go king c1 here. Then knight e7 with the intent of freeing up the rooks a little bit. So the bishop takes off the board, rook takes on h8, and then I will go with knight f4. Unfortunately, the opponent then actually has a good move by playing knight f5, and this is good because it allows the knight on a1 to have an escape square. Can jump to that for free because there's no way of actually defending it. So I decided to get a bit of counterplay here, and unfortunately this is defended immediately, which, you know, as you would expect. And yeah, at this point I would say the game is almost completely lost, but I decided to shuffle some pieces around with some sort of vague hope in my mind. And, you know, we get a little bit of something here. We get a pawn to the good by taking with our knight on e6, take the bishop off the board. Then when the pawn takes, we take back with the rook. Rook f8 attacks the f2 pawn, f3 defends, and then decide to go after the h7 pawn by playing rook h6. Rook defends. King c2 is followed by knight d4 check, king d3, pawn defends on the d4 knight, at which point I play king c4 to attack both the c5 pawn and the knight on d5. And as it turns out, the opponent decided to defend the pawn. It's a beautiful thing. So I take, which is great. Then I attack b4 here because if pawn takes, I can take the knight off the board. That was a simple idea in my head. And of course, the opponent doesn't fall for that, but I do get to take another pawn away. And this is where I fall into the next basically I like trap myself by not paying attention, not being thoughtful about my moves. This just leads to a clean fork of the king and the rook, but as we saw earlier, the rook is basically indestructible and has the most insane plot armor ever. And so the opponent decides maybe the g-pawn is more scary and takes it off the board. So the rest of it is kind of just more shuffling around as things tend to move along. And this is the key moment in the game where the opponent decides, okay, I think I don't want to have two pieces. And they give up their knight. So I take it. Then I get to attack the rook by moving my king forward, and thus we continue the conversion because at this point I'm fully in the driver's seat. And yeah, so the rest of this is just kind of moving around a little bit to get my pawns down the board, and I guess the rest is history, really. My opponent hangs their rook in one move. I take to promote to a queen, and the game ends right there. Yeah, so that worked out really nicely. Obviously, the gameplay was rather scuffed, but sometimes you just want the result, and this is one of those cases. So, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making the video, at the very least, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.